Baseball rivalries. Red Sox and Yankees, Dodgers and Giants, Mets and Phillies, some of the great ones in Major League Baseball. But baseball rivalries go past the MLB, even AAA. This rivalry right in our own backyard. Bruins versus the Maple Leafs, Boston versus Toronto. Two of the original 6 teams squaring off in the first round of the NHL playoffs. The Vermont playoffs are in full swing, literally, with championships set to be crowned starting tomorrow. Some teams are still fighting to get there. After an incredible season for Vermont Catamount basketball team, a certain conference MVP has won another award. Cubs and the Mets. 2 teams this season who had higher expectations. One team sitting at 500, the other a few games back for that mark. We start off with some perfect passing by U32 and Avery Gale. Well, she does the rest. Mount Anthony down by 1, but not for long, as Caroline Muninski gets this one in the net, all tied up. But as time is winding down in the first, Andrea Bowe gets past defenders, gets the goal, and the lead is back with Middlebury. And they would not give that up as Satchel McLaughlin nails not 1, but 2 free position shots and make it 10-8. And that would be the final of this one. McLaughlin says this was a true team effort. It's time for D3 baseball game. Randolph versus Enosburg. Top of the first is going to be Greg Johnson, and he's going to send this one to right field. Gets past the outfielder, and this run is going to score 1-0 Randolph. Bottom 2 now is going to be Colby Geddes. He's going to lay down the bunt. Looks like a simple play right here, but the throw is off at first. The run is able to score, and the game is tied up all at once. But it wouldn't stay tied for long. Noah Swinbank is money in the bank. Cranks this one to right field. It's a 2-1 single that gives them the lead, and they win by a final of 3-1. Coach gives huge credit to his pitcher in this victory. Now to Major League Baseball, where the Yankees hosted off against the Orioles. Coming off a 16-3 defeat, the O's tried to bounce back today. However, that would not be the case. Yanks already up 2-0 when Gary Sanchez launches this one to left field. A long home run makes it 5-0, but someone on the team felt the need to outdo his home run.
There it goes, deep to left, really deep. See ya! Oh my goodness, what a shot by Aaron Judge.
Wow, that is 495-foot home run, folks. It cleared the bleachers. It makes it 8-3. They never look back. Yankees win 14-3. Off to Atlanta now. Andrew Jones at the park today for this Braves-Mets matchup. With the game tied at 1s, the Mets are going to break that up right here. Juan Lagares grounds the ball to the third base side, and Camargo isn't able to get the throw off. Lugo scores to make it 2-1 Mets. Now to the 5th with Braves with the bases loaded. Matt Adams going to ground it to short, going to throw it to second for the out, going to throw it to first, and he is called safe. The run counts. But wait a second, the Mets look like they're going to challenge this one. Looks like it's going to be an iffy call. Usually the tie goes to the runner, but what does the umpire say? That's an out. The Mets avoid a run, and they're able to win by a final of 2-1. Ben Sprague started JV football in 2016, but his first season on the field was short-lived.
It was the day of homecoming, and we were playing, I think it was Duck, Duck, Goose, and apparently I pulled my groin. But
the situation was worse than he thought. For the next few days, Ben was getting sick, and then his dad saw something.
We realized it was yellow from his neck to his waist.
They rushed him to the hospital. Doctors discovered Ben had a severe staph infection.
It affected his heart, his lungs, his liver, his kidneys.
And he needed open heart surgery. Doctors said his chance of survival was less than 10%, but he pulled through, recovering better than expected.
The doctors, as unprofessional as they said it was, cried when they saw him.
Just a few days after surgery, Ben was already talking about getting back on the field. But there was someone he wanted to meet.
I think we were talking about it that day, about JJ, and I'm like, I just want to go to a game and meet him.
He's talking about Houston Texans' J.J. Watt, and with the help of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, he got his wish. Ben and his family made the trip to Houston to spend time with the football superstar.
Just in that short period of time, you got to learn a lot about each other.
Watt also had a staph infection, which almost ended his career. It gave Ben even more motivation to get back on the field. He thought the process would take years until he received this letter.
Benjamin has been cleared to return to normal activities without athletic restrictions.
Back in action in time for the first game of the season on September 1st.
I tried not to cry, but then I started tearing up, and then it all let go.
But this year, he's got a new number, J.J. Watt's number, to remind him of how far he's come.
If the defenseman's here, maybe go behind him and get in the middle so you can get a pass and break out.
That's Mike Ruzioni, one of the stars of the 1980 USA hockey team, coaching campers at the Miracle on Ice Fantasy Camp in Lake Placid.
We didn't shoot enough this morning. Shoot from everywhere.
I am here living a dream. Came here 4 years ago to do once-in-a-lifetime experience.
And Paul Torrey has come back every year. The camp is a 5-day experience, taking place at the Herb Brooks Arena, where a lot of hockey is played.
That was an accident. That was an accident. That wasn't a check.
But it's not just that. It's also a chance for campers to form bonds with the members of the 1980 Miracle team.
Kind of a unique bond that forms among the guys and among the campers, and it's been a tremendous experience hearing their stories. I actually drove up with Ken Morrow. He took me to the Ranger game. He was doing some scouting, so he invited me along the way.
For players and campers to share the ice together and remember what many call the greatest moment of sports history. In Lake Placid, Josh Lattrelle, NBC 5 News.